What's up, you guys? This is my first video ever. Gonna be showing you guys how to make some vegan soy chorizo. I'm gonna be adding some tofu in the mix, just because I still have some leftover and I thought, why not? Yeah, again, guys, this is gonna be my first video ever. So if it's good, let me know what's up. If it sucks, let me know too. If you happen to stumble across this video. Let me move this out of the way. Alright, so soy chorizo, easy. You just cut it out of the packaging. So you have it cut out. Then it's pretty much just in another type of like packaging right here. Once you're ready to cook it, that's when I suggest taking it out of this plastic. And also for your tofu, I like to press my tofu just because it's always full of water, as we all know. So yeah, if you don't like the soggy tofu, or if you're having trouble making your tofu like caramelize or get kind of fried when you're cooking with it, it's probably because you haven't pressed it. I know a lot of grocery stores have extra firm tofu. Yeah, bullshit. Fucking, you gotta press all of them. I've tried them all. They're all too soggy, at least for my taste, if they're not pressed. So right here, I'm just gonna be cutting these up into cubes. And we're gonna season this with turmeric, or turmeric, however you pronounce it. And we're gonna have this, we're gonna start cooking this beforehand, like before everything else, just because tofu takes a little long, and I like mine to be really crispy. Not crispy, sorry, fried, I meant. So yeah. Alright, you guys, so this is the tofu. You don't have to cut them like into cubes. You can cut them into like whatever you like. I've actually cut them into triangles before just because I wanted to have a little fun. But beyond that, so you're gonna need a pretty big pan. I have a lot of veggies in this stuff. Put a little dab, a little drop of olive oil, a little more than a drop actually. And then let's throw in, actually, let's throw this out really quick. And we're just gonna let this cook on its own. Not necessarily cook, but we're gonna let it start cooking before everything else, just because it does take a little bit longer. We're gonna leave it on a low heat, just so we don't have to worry too much. So now that our tofu is starting to cook on its own a little bit, let's start cooking our veggies. Make sure you wash your veggies always. Been through a lot of hands. So right now we're gonna cut the carrots in. Oh man, I just dropped a little piece. I like to cut mine at an angle. You can cut yours however you want. You can cut them how big or however small as well. Doesn't matter. If you want a big chunk, you want a small chunk. And then, so what I like to do with my green peppers is I will cut them in half, and I'll remove one half. I will remove the seeds, and the other half I will chop it up with the seeds. The reason why I do that is because I feel like sometimes I'll leave it with both. Don't get me wrong, but I feel that sometimes, like when you don't want too much spice but you want a little, go with half the seeds. So I gutted this one with this one, and now I'm just gonna cut these up. And then with these, I like to cut them in half. I like to cut the halves in half, and then I'll cut those, I'll put them together kind of like a sandwich, and then I'll cut from there. Saves a little bit of time. We're gonna go with our tomato. Take the end off. And then this is how I like, well, my mom taught me how to cut them this way, to be honest. So I do, depending on how big it is, how big the tomato is, do two or three lines down the middle. And then 2 or 3 lines on going down the middle in the opposite way. So you get kind of something like this. So you get a weird type of flower looking tomato. And then from there, just hold all the edges and cut, and then you'll get them into squares. If you got Hispanic parents, you know what I'm talking about. And now we're gonna go for the green onion. I personally use almost all of it. If it's too like dirty or something, then I'll take off part of the top. But yeah. So I like, actually let's start with the actual. Alright, you guys, so I've thrown in the soy chorizo. It comes out like pretty much like the tube. So now we're gonna turn up the heat. Make sure everything mixes together. And the soy chorizo is already seasoned. However, I always like to add my own. So here's what we're gonna add. We're gonna add some some black pepper, a little bit of ground cumin, some sriracha salt, sriracha, and where is, oh, here it is, and some ground turmeric. Alrighty. So everything's been added, seasoning wise. Stir it all up. I'm cooking it on a really high heat right now just because I want to get this nice and fried, the tofu rather. And it's going to dry out the soy chorizo as well. But with all the veggies that we have, like the bell pepper and the tomatoes, and we're gonna add some of that corn too. It's gonna add like its own like flavor with like its own juices and like watery substance. So that's gonna come out a lot better. So now we're gonna add bell peppers. Gonna add our green beans. Let's mix these up already, just so we don't have trouble later. Man, that already looks so good. Alrighty, next. I'm gonna put the corn last. So this corn, I already cooked it last night. It's a leftover. I just boiled it, had it in the fridge. So it's already pre-cooked. It's just cold right now. So we're gonna throw that in last. And then right here, this is our green onion, carrots, and all of our tomatoes, as well as the green peppers. Oh man, just too delicious. Okay. So now This is why I said make sure you have a big pan, because depending on how much you make, well, I'm not making sense right now. Just get a big pan and make a lot. Alright. So we're gonna let this cook for about 15 minutes, probably less, 7 to 15 minutes, depending on how cooked you want your veggies, or like how soft. Usually try to get like the onions translucent, then that'll be a good gauge if you want more or less. Usually when my onions are like pretty translucent, that's about when I stop. If not, I hold it about like 2 or 3 more minutes in the flame. But yeah, so we're just gonna let this cook for a bit, and then we're gonna add the corn. Cut the corn off the cob. We're gonna add some sriracha into the mix as well. And so everything's looking pretty cooked now. One last good stir. I'm gonna throw the sriracha beforehand. Mix this up. Time for the corn. And then if you want, you can leave them like that. You can break them up. I break them up. Not that small. I start leaving them pretty big. Just because I like to get a big old bite of it, because it's a sweet white corn, and who doesn't like that? And then to finish off, we're gonna throw in a little bit of lemon juice. And then I'll show you guys the finished product. And then, so this is what the finished product looks like. Hey, Brownie! That's my dog, Brownie. That's my other dog, Chrono. And that's my other dog, Snowflake. No, this is for me, you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this with rice and then some Mission chips. And it's such a beautiful day out, you guys. Just look at that. These birdies. Thanks for watching, you guys. I don't know when I'll be making another cooking video. If I do, please tune in for that. If you like this, subscribe, because I do plan on making more. And I like anime too, so if you guys like anime or manga, I have a collection. I can do a book collection on that, or a movie collection of my animes. I can do series reviews as well. Yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Have a blessed day.